In the book of Matthew, Jesus tells us a parable where the master of the house gave all of his servants talents. 2 of the servants were faithful and used their gifts wisely, but one servant buried his talent, effectively wasting it. And when the master returned, all were held accountable for what they had done. Our God has given each of us skills and abilities. He asks us to use them for His great cause, no matter how big or small. This parable is illustrated in a sweet story in the Philippines, where God is doing a mighty work through AWR. Hundreds of evangelistic meetings are being held across the beautiful island of Palawan. Many of those attending the meetings heard about the events on AWR broadcasts. And a major portion of the success is due to the devotion of the laymen. These wonderful men and women volunteer their time and talents to spreading the Word of God. We are on our way to meet one of these dedicated men. The scenic drives showcase God's creative beauty here in the Philippines. June lives in the city of Nara, which is known as the primary producer of rice in this province. As we arrive, June is busy making ice cream. It is fascinating to see the various steps he takes to create his famous flavors. As we sit down to chat, he offers me a delicious cup, which I am happy to accept. He begins to share his testimony.
One day, Pastor Robert approached me, asking if I would host the radio program.
Over the past year, AWR broadcasts have had tremendous success in reaching many precious Filipinos. With the increase in broadcasting and with the upcoming meetings, the local AWR crew needed assistance to meet the demands. June was asked by our AWR producer to volunteer his time as a radio broadcaster.
My immediate thoughts were, I can't do that. This is a job for someone else.
June initially refused, feeling doubtful that he could ever do such a thing. But as the days passed, he felt the Lord was impressing him to be on the radio, so he committed to giving it a try.
After listening to AWR on the radio, I was impressed that I too needed to do my part for God.
His first day was very challenging.
I thought that I was doing well, but then I discovered that I had forgotten the most important step.
It wasn't until after his radio presentation that he realized that his microphone had not been turned on. With such a disappointing first day, the enemy impressed him to give up and quit.
I felt such shame and embarrassment that all I wanted to do was quit.
It was during this troubling time that June purchased a cup of ice cream. In this moment, a creative idea came to him.
I still felt impressed that God led me here to reach the people. And the thought came to me, I can offer ice cream in addition to the studies.
He would ask a Bible question on the radio, and those who would call in with the correct answer would receive a free cup of homemade ice cream. God blessed this simple idea as more and more listeners studied their Bibles harder in hopes of answering June's daily question, each hoping to call in first.
As they came for the ice cream, we would continue to discuss the sweetness of Jesus. As the evangelistic meetings began, those same non-Adventist listeners started attending the nightly meetings, and many were baptized.
June could have said no to the call of God. He could have quit at his first failure, but he used his talent. And now, because of his ice cream, more souls will be in the kingdom of heaven. God is calling you to be a servant for the Lord. He will take you as you are and bless whatever talent you have. All He needs is a willing heart. Won't you join AWR in spreading the sweet news of the gospel? From broadcast to baptism, this is AWR 360.